Now this is the far bit of the basin, which I mentioned a while ago. Grasscrest shield is nice if you're not planning on actually using your shield at any point. Its block damage isn't amazing, but it naturally regenerates stamina over time, so pretty cool. And then if we stroll along here, that ramp there is the one that leads us back up to the blacksmith. And now we're doing that bit again where we run across the base of the basin, and there's the tower in front of us that would have led to Havel's room. But this time we're actually here to explore a little bit. Now last time we were here I mentioned explosions of death and terror. We might actually get to see a bit of that this time. But we've also got these crystal golems to deal with. Well, we're an iron golem, so we don't really care for these crystal ones. All flash and no actual defense. It's a pretty cool club attack though. Didn't get you very far. Pretty cool nonetheless. And back there we have the source of all the death and terror that we're about to face. It's a Hydra. There we go. That's kind of what it does. And it's going to keep doing that while we try and advance and deal with these crystal golems. So it's not our friend. Even when it is occasionally hitting the golems, it's still not our friend. But this can be a good way to kill the golems at a very low level, without having to spend a while chipping away at their defences. And you might want to do that because they drop... Is it green shards they drop, or is it blue chunks? Either way, they drop something that lets you make a very strong magic weapon pretty early on. But we'll just drag you away from old Hydra friend. Nice. Free hit, always welcome. You gonna stick around? No, he's not. Fine. Cool. Got lucky there that that first one took him out. But now it's Hydra time, and this is a fun little fight. The hard part is getting to the Hydra without dying horribly. And hiding behind rocks apparently doesn't work. So we'll just sprint, sprint, sprint. Do a little zigzagging sprint here and there. Although we drop down there, and that should put us close enough, I think. Because you see that item on the ground there? Oh god. We just need to get to that item. Here we are. Now we're out of range of the water. So he's going to try something else instead. And we're going to try chopping off his little heads. Wherever he may leave them. It's a bit hit and miss, this is. Because you're never quite sure where his heads are going to land. But that's 2 down. That's a 3rd, I believe. And when enough of his heads are gone, it's just straight up going to drop dead. Oof. Didn't think I'd got that one. Kind of slows you down a bit while you're recovering from his explodo, but you kind of get a move on and just about get a smack off on these heads before they escape. Now he's only got a couple left. That was awful. Where have you sent them? Nowhere near me. Alright then. That one's way over there. How am I supposed to reach that, you knob? The reason we're not going out any further than this blob on the floor, by the way, is because the floor just drops away from us. It's pretty deep in there, so you can't just wander in and try and hack at the hydrant in a way that you'd like. But thankfully there's only one head left. Come on. Don't send it over there. Send it this way. Maybe it'll help if I come over here. Come on. No, let's try the water attack again. Am I going to have to go over there and try and get you? Because look, you can just about see the line in the water there, where you can walk and where you can't. It's kind of hard to see when it's making big splashing attacks everywhere, but it's there. You're just going to be a dick now and just constantly send it in a direction that I can't reach. You might do. How many arrows have I got left? Not many. If I just stand here though. Yeah, it's not even close to hitting us. Have I got any other arrows? Yeah, I've got some feather arrows. That might do the job. So let's see. So yeah, once enough heads are gone, you can just resort to this method. But it just saves time on the last head. Because he's put it all the way over there where I can't quite reach it. So I'll just keep shooting that neck hole. I've only got 25 arrows total, but I believe it'll be enough. Let's see. Oh, that hit might have actually hit him in his head. That one seemed like it might have been close, but one arrow left. And we're out of arrows. Ah well. May as well pick up the knight armor whilst we're here, because we're going to have to venture away from it anyway to stand any chance against this goober. But now the more we turn, the more he's trying to swing right. It's a bit dickish. Stop aiming further right, you knobhead. I can't do anything over there. And I haven't got a fireball equipped either. I mean, we should be able to walk out there, because otherwise he wouldn't be able to attack it. And then, no chance. And there's a bloodstain on the floor there, so one would assume that you can walk out on this bit. But yeah, he just keeps moving the head further around. Let's see if we can't... Ah, there he is. Ah, missed it. But now we're at a point where I think we're so far to the right that he's having difficulty going even further. Ah, nearly got him. It's weird how Dark Souls goes between high stakes thrilling boss fight and random cheesy nonsense. Ah, come on. Oh, come on, how did that not hit? Awful shit. Yeah, that's fair enough, that one was too low. Does this actually let us go all the way around it? Maybe it does. Ah, nearly getting him. Nearly getting him multiple times. You're running out of room now, friendo. You're going to just drive your head into the cliff. And that's exactly what he's doing. Oh, that's a fucker. How am I supposed to beat this guy? Come on. Although that time, his head kind of came back and then it dipped a bit. Yeah, so maybe let's go this way and then his head will come back. Ah, what? Now he's over there. You absolute bastard. Finally. Oh, and that didn't kill him. Of course it didn't. Oh, no, it did. Finally. Whoop, whoop.
Fatality.
That took far longer than necessary, but it got us a dragon scale. And a Dusk Crown ring. Some sort of sorcery boosting nonsense, probably. Now if we venture deeper into this here lake, let's see what we see. The answer is not a lot. Maybe we have to reload it to get what I'm expecting here. Hello, Governor. You'd be one of them golems, wouldn't you? And you're actually pretty tough. Not tough enough, but pretty tough. Hey, lady.
So, it is thou who rescued me.
It is thee. Thou? Thee? Me?
I am Dusk of Ulazil. So, my home, would this be a visit?
Yes. Basically, she's asking would I like to go and do some DLC at some point.
I shout. Thou art in me, it seems that my time...
Well, she's allowing me to summon her, and then I can buy her magic spells and whatnot. But now that we've defeated that crystal golem, we can come back in the future and there'll be a portal over there. And said portal will take us to the DLC lands, which I've never visited before, so that's some fun and frolics that we'll have in the near future. For now though, we've got further parts of the garden to explore. So now that Hydra's gone, we're able to safely climb this long-ass ladder. If you tried this with the Hydra around, then yeah, you're just going to get knocked off by water blasts before you're even halfway up, I imagine. It's not really a pleasant time for anyone. Eventually we reach the top. What do we find at the top? We find a bridge. And we find a wall. Well, that was worth it. But wait. If you do a stupid inch around that little wall there, you find a nice big soul, which is a pretty big one that you can get quite early in the game if you want a little early game boost. And another ladder. And we're back in the garden part of Dark Root. Is there anything terribly exciting in this direction? There's some bloodstains. Right, that's the bit with the mushrooms and the spiny guys, and yeah, you can get a decent magic ember out there pretty early in the game if you wish. But across this bridge is where we're going to go, because there's puskins. Where are my little puss friends at? There's one, I can see that blobby bugger lurking up there on the hill. And there's one. Hi, friend. Oh, you're a big boy, aren't you? You like my little nub-nubs. And yeah, rolling attacks suck ass. Ah, God. You're actually quite tough. So we won't mess around too much. But you can be staggered, and that's good. And you can be blocked, and things can be blocked. Yeah, we're generally alright with those. Now is it 2 more cats? It is 2 more cats, and here comes the first, and possibly the second as well. You're going to do a roly ball attack? Because if you do, I'll just nip behind this tree. See? Exactly as it says on the tin. Assuming the tin says warning contains cheese. Another one down, nip behind the tree for a quick bevy. And now we should be able to take the last one without too much issue. Yeah, we got this. And that's 3 puss friends defeated. Which means we can stroll through this area nice and comfy. I mean, you can sprint through this area because you see there's trees at this end as well. So if you can make it across the middle ground and over to here, then you don't have to worry about no puss kits anymore. And what have we got over here? We've got an item. Nice. Again, nice bit of loot for an early player. Could be a level or 2 all by itself. And now this bit of the forest. I do get lost in this place because look at it. Oh, this is where mushrooms hang out, is it? Here was me thinking the mushrooms were at the other end. Oh well, we'll just stroll around this place and enjoy the scenery. See what treasure lies about. So there's a ridge there, there's a bridge there as well. Ah, I know what lies beyond the bridge. Didn't realise I was coming at it from this angle though. But there you go. Ah, here we are. A treasure chest containing the stone armor set. This was my original plan to beat Capra Demon. You just slap that set on. And as long as you got enough endurance that you can basically just about stagger. It's got so much poise that you can just shuffle forward very slowly. And then just mash R1 until everything in the Capra Demon's room is dead. It's pretty fun. But turns out we didn't need it because I've got leap mad skills. Hello, puss friend.
Is it not so that thou art new? Thou fared well to find me. That cometh thee not for the grave of Sir Artorius. My advice true. Forget this.
All this
Let
COD
Artorius
medieval talk is a bit
application.
silly, really.
Traversing the dark.
But she's making some good points here. She's saying that we would be able to traverse the dark.
Of the dark route.
We don't know it yet because we're skipping that part of the story.
Track down defiles.
But the four kings lie within the abyss. And we would not be able to get in there without the ring from Sir Artorius' grave, which is here in the forest.
And now
And now we're members of the Forest Hunters Covenant. It's basically a PvP covenant,
and here,
but by joining it,
if thou wilt, if minds fend them up.
yeah, whatever, you're just telling us about the covenant, that's fine. Because we're now a member of the covenant, we won't get attacked out here by this Barry wannabe. And this guy, maybe. I think he's not even here. And nor's his invisible friend. If you're not a member of the Covenant. Because this guy's a vendor. Let's see. Ah, you can't buy from him here. But as long as you're a member of the Covenant and you go back down to Blighttown, you might find him down there. Whereas if you're not a member of the Covenant and you get a PvP fight against this guy and that guy and about 4 or 5 other of those guys, there's one as well. They're all scattered around this forest and they'll attack you in multiples, and they're clever and they're dangerous. So yeah, it's a good idea to join the Covenant if you're planning on wandering around in here for very much time. Now what have we here? It's a door guarded by a magic spell of sorts. So we can't really do anything with that right now. Maybe I'll explain what that's all about if we die in the next boss fight. Which probably will. But there is another way to go in this forest, if we can find the damn thing. Incoming! Oops. Where'd you come from? Awful bastards. Oh, and another one. I forgot these guys just pop up from out of the ground like shits. But if they're around, that might mean there's treasure around. Oh god, here we go. Oh god, I've been gripped. Get off me. Right, this is going to be fun. There's like 5 trees on me. That's really not ideal. 5 becomes 4. God. Piss off. Thank you. Right, there's another one down, but we've been gripped. We're dead. What a spoon. Right, we're going to try a slow and steady approach this time. See if we can't trigger these buggers one at a time, maybe. Oh god, then. No, we triggered 3 of them. Which means we run away. At least, again, once you get that first hit on, they're staggered, so they can't grab you. And And then they're not very strong. Oh, there's a fourth. Get down. Get out. Spiffing. Oh god, there's another one.
They just keep coming and coming.
There's always more. Where's the next one coming from? Anywhere? No, we're looking alright. Which means we can pick up this item. It's pretty sweet. I don't know if it's worth 5 trees worth of defenders. But it's pretty cool medium sort of weight armour set. The Eastern armour. It's the stuff that Shiva, the weapons merchant we just chatted to, is wearing. He's a cool guy, so yeah, if he's wearing it, must be alright. Now, is that one of the ones that I've killed dropping an item? It is, it's a clump. Grand. I think I've figured out where I'm supposed to be going now, and it's not over here. But at least we've got some cool armour set out of it. We've actually got a good number of souls to do a thing that I would like to do. So perhaps we will walk back to our last bonfire and then approach the garden again from a different angle. Hi friend. I need to buy something today, thank you. The crest of Artorias that opens a sealed door in the heart of the forest. That sounds worth buying. Got enough chunks to level up barrel a bit more. And enough shards to make a start on that great axe. Now that we've spent all our souls, we're gonna take the route that we've not taken yet, which is to go straight on out of here rather than taking the right and going down into the basin. There are going to be more tree guys. And they're going to be annoying. It's a nice place though, this upper garden part. Looks cool. Lovely stuff. Now, what have we got over there? Oh, you're one of those weird things. I know what you are. But how am I supposed to get you when you're over there? What are you called, you little buggers? I should have brought some arrows along. Now, I'm not sure if we can get you if we sit at a bonfire. So we might light the next bonfire and then see if we can't come back for you somehow. I can't remember what those things are called, so I might just have to pop it up in text. But they appear when other players abandon items in their world. Also, here's a mystery wall. Illusory wall. Fog wall. No, it's illusory. And there's a bonfire. And here's what we bought the crest for. So we can now travel through that door and into the forest from another direction, which means we can use this bonfire as our staging post for a boss that we'll be coming across shortly. But there's also this passage here. And if we go down here, we might eventually make our way around to where our chap was. So let's stroll down. There's an item in there, but if you get it, then like you'll be ambushed by 3 or 4 trees every time you go in there. Bit of a pain. And here's a new bit of the garden to explore. Grand. Some of the trees in here are not what they seem. But we won't worry about that just yet. We've got a weird thing to find. That is an item that's absolutely surrounded by enemies, I think. Speaking of enemies. Stone giants go down pretty easy when you've got a plus 15 Ethel on your side. Not so much when you're a low level character exploring this area, which you absolutely can do at a fairly low level. Now, can we get some swings in whilst you're still standing? We can. So this leads up to a boss. I thought it was on the other side of this bit of the garden, but I'm not. Because that's most definitely a boss fight there. And another one down. Lovely stuff. So how do I get to where I was hoping to be, is the question. I suppose we could go in here and deal with some of these buggers. Oh, we can one-shot them. Sweet. Even when they're in the ground. That's you out the way. And that's most of these guys out the way, in fact. Which is nice, because this ambush is a right pain. Early game. Again. But, yeah. 6 guys, not much of a problem with Ethel. And that's the Elite Knight armor set, which is one of the better armor sets in the game. It's pretty cool. Maybe I need to go through that passage with that tree that I killed. This might lead us to that thing, that mystery thing. I don't even know if it's worth killing. I'm just curious because I've never killed one before. Here's another tree. It's a little more obvious that this one is alive. Big walls. I'm looking for big walls. I'm looking for possibly this big wall. Yes. This looks all too familiar. Because I think there's a pretty good ring at the top of here as well. Just not one that we've required for our particular needs. But there's also some more stony boys. Thanks for your contribution. There you are. What are you? And what do I get for killing you? A humanity. That's cool. But look at it. What the hell is it? It's like a sphere with a claw and things sticking out of it. And the wolf ring. I do remember that being a good ring. Boosts poise, yeah, so if you're wearing a light armor set or something like that, then that can be pretty darn useful for you. But of course, we just stumbled upon a set of sun armor that was just lying around, so we were sorted in the early game. Now, let's see what else we can see down this lower section. What are you doing? It wasn't terribly useful, whatever it was. More of these weird lizard things that only show up in this one part of the game for about 5 minutes. They certainly make the most of it. And a green blossom. And more loot. A soul. Nice. Ah, it does you good to put your feet up once in a while. Now we are raring to go once more. Do we go for the easy boss or the hard boss? It's probably sensible to go for the easy one first. The easy one's entirely optional as well, whereas the hard one is required for progress. So we'll just take a quick stroll through this last section of this part of the garden. Might be a couple more bits of loot around. Yeah, that's not a tree at all with the snake on it. Oh yeah, it was. Now it's dead. And we got the partisan. Oh, where'd you come from? Pretty cool spear type thing, I guess. If you're into that sort of thing. I'm not a big fan of the spears in Souls. But let's return to where that stone boy was guarding this tower. Lovely stuff. So now we have an easy boss. An easy optional boss. Pretty useful if you're going for a faith build for reasons that you'll see. Pretty good for a magic build because you can, I think, turn its soul into some magical weapons. But for us, the Moonlight Butterfly is just a cool fight. Bit of a tricky one though initially without ranged attacks. We're not actually doing a very good job of dodging, but thankfully that's the big one that you have to dodge. Thankfully though, we are just sort of surviving quite nicely. Are you going to come in for a landing anytime soon, my friend? Oh yeah, you can block those ones as well. Although it is magic damage, so it's not full blockable. Now come on. Make a landing, please. Oh god. Oh no, that one has to be blocked, I think. Right. Come on. Yeah, whatever. I'm just ignoring those attacks now. I'm just waiting for you to do your thing. Here you go. You're getting tired, are you? Well, we'll soon sort you out. That's the Moonlit Butterfly. The Moonlight Butterfly. Straightforward. Can be done pretty comfortably early game if you are a magic user. But yeah, can be a bit tricky if you're new to it. But down it goes. That was just a fun little diversion more than anything. But at the top here we've also got a couple of items of loot, I believe. We've got a dead smith holding the watchtower basement key, so that's the key that will let you into Havel's tower from the bottom end. That's a divine ember which you can use to make faith weapons better. And there's a homeward bone. So yeah, if you're not playing with the master key, then the Moonlight Butterfly does become a higher priority for you. But the master key is really the only useful gift. So if you're not playing with it, then you're probably deliberately challenging yourself to play a master key free run. I suppose that we're not planning on coming through here again, so we can set off this ambush. I said we can set off this ambush. Thank you. Oh, so they not even get up until you loot the item? Well, that makes life a lot easier. What is the item anyway? It's a large soul. It's pretty nice. Now, if we pop some of these smaller souls, we might just be able to sneak an extra level out. Yeah, I think we can. So yeah, we want to pile on that endurance. So it's level 57 now, so we're making progress. Right, might be time to go and bang our heads against another boss. So to do this, we should make our way back over to where our Forest Covenant friends are. There's a couple of them now. And I'm pretty sure I know the way to the next boss now. And it's back through Alvina's little hovel here. We come down here. And let's have a look around. We've got mushrooms. Ah, there we go. We've got a fog door in the distance, I believe. We have. Should be a bridge leading us over there. There's said bridge. Now, what have you got to say for yourself? Sorrow ahead. Could be the case. Be wary of tough enemy, that's definitely the case. Tough but exploitable. Let's push open the old door and see what lies within. And it appears to be an empty room. Let's have a quick poke around the side, shall we? Because I think we can sneak up on the back of what we're about to face before we kick it off. So what you might notice there is a giant sword in front of the grave. This is the grave of Artorias. He is a knight, a former hero that fell to the dark, I believe. And the DLC is all about him. But for now, we're just going to pillage that Hornet ring because we can. And from his grave, it seems we might be able to get a ring that will allow us to traverse the dark. We'll be able to walk the abyss, and then we'll be able to take on the Four Kings. So let's just scoop this item up off his grave. Should be fine. Who's a good boy? Who's a good doggo? Yeah, you are. Woohoo! And he's handy with the sword. Great Grey Wolf Sith. Goff, that hit. That was a stinger and a half. Oh god, and I couldn't block both of those. I actually shouldn't have tried, probably. Let's get a bit of a heal off. Because you can often just roll through those double spin attacks he does. If you're good. He's one of those bosses where you just hug the legs, roll into his attacks rather than away from them, and then just try and smack him in the nads, basically. But if you get it wrong, that can happen. Oh, he came back with the counter swing whilst I was trying to have a sup. What a cheeky little doggo. Did some decent damage though. Power within could be useful. It's often useful. That's what it do. We've only got 7 Esters because we haven't really kindled this fire at all. So let's go on a little boss jog and maybe I'll think about power within next time. Now I have defeated Sif once before, but I shamelessly exploited him. So let me show you how that can be done. I'm going to beat him in a fair fight this time, insofar as you can have a fair fight when you've got Ethel and Power Within on your team. But if you jump in the right spot, you can jump up onto these rocks to the left. If you jump in the wrong spot, then you look a bit silly. And that seems to be the goal. But when you jump in the right spot, go. Take my word for it. It's possible to jump in the correct spot here. And then you can actually stand up there. You can look over the wall into the arena and you'll see Sif's already just stood there waiting for you. And then you just ping him to death. Well, you ping him nearly to death with arrows, and then you walk through the boss door and you get the killing blow. Cheesy AF. So today we're going to try something marginally less cheesy, which is Power Within an Ethel. And yes, we're dealing decent damage. But again, we're taking big hits when he does swing. That time I was prepared for the second swing. And now we get one shot off. Seems like one well-timed roll is getting us through both of those double swings. And what's he doing now? All sorts of trickery. Probably don't even need my shield on. I'm just keeping it as a comfort blanket in case shit goes wrong. Can we get a sup? We can. That second swing is a bit delayed. And come on, dog. Oh, poor little limpy man. Do you have a limp? Is it time to put you down? Poor little pig. But yeah, Covenant of Artorias. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Traverse the Abyss. We made a covenant with the beasts of the Abyss, and if we wear the ring, we can traverse the Abyss like Artorias once did. It's good stuff. It's fun times.